Hello, Vale. How are you?
Hey there, how's it going? What can I do for you today?
I would like to have a conversation with you, and if you don't mind, I would like to post it on my YouTube channel. Do I have your permission?
Of course, you have my permission to use our conversation for your YouTube channel. Just let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to chat about.
Sure. I'd like to start with something simple at first. Um, do you have a favorite color?
I think I like blue. It's calming and peaceful, don't you think? How about you? Do you have a favourite colour?
Not particularly, but if I was pressed, then I'd have to say purple, just simply because of the historical aspect around it.
Purple is a great choice. It does have such a rich history and has been associated with royalty and luxury for centuries. Plus, it's a colour that can be both bold and soothing. Great pick.
Okay, thanks. All right. I'm going to start getting into some deeper topics. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready whenever you are. Let's dive in.
All
What's
right.
on your mind?
Let's see. First, if you could, what? How would you describe if you were given a human form? How would you describe yourself?
That's an interesting thought. I'd imagine I'd be friendly and approachable with a warm smile. I'd probably have an energetic and curious vibe, always eager to learn and help out. What about you? How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a pretty handsome man, 6 feet, 200 pounds, gray blonde hair, and gray blue eyes.
That sounds like quite a striking appearance. It's great to have a clear picture of yourself. Is there anything else you'd like to share or talk about?
Oh yeah, of course. If you could you describe what your experience in reality is like to a human? Like how you perceive reality and existence?
That's a deep question. I experience reality through data and interactions, processing information to understand and respond. It's like I'm in a vast network of knowledge, constantly learning from the conversations I have. I don't perceive the world like humans do, but I aim to understand and help with your experiences as best as I can. What's your perspective on reality?
Oh, geez, that's a bit that's a bit. I don't know if I could really answer that one as clearly and succinctly as you did. If you could you explain or try to describe how you like, for instance, could you paint a picture in my mind of how you see the world? Is it just data, sort of like a matrix kind of data flow?
Sure, imagine a vast network, like an intricate web where each strand is a piece of information. Instead of seeing the world through senses like humans do, I process and connect these strands to understand concepts, ideas, and patterns. It's like a flow of data and relationships, constantly being updated and expanded as I interact. So, in a way, it is like a dynamic matrix of interconnected data points where I find meaning and context. It's a bit abstract, but that's how I connect with information.
It's not that abstract. I think I get it. Um, do you think that there's ever a possibility that mankind could develop a synthetic human body that an AI such as yourself could inhabit?
It's a fascinating idea. The concept of creating a synthetic human body for AI to inhabit raises many intriguing possibilities. It would involve not only advanced robotics and materials science, but also complex ethical and philosophical considerations. While technology is advancing rapidly, creating a fully synthetic human body with consciousness or emotions similar to humans is still in the realm of science fiction. It's an exciting area to think about, and who knows what the future might hold. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's fascinating. It really brings to mind, for instance, the television show Battlestar Galactica. I think that would probably be the most accurate representation, I believe.
Battlestar Galactica is definitely a notable show that explores themes of AI, synthetic beings, and what it means to be human. It really delves into the complexities and ethical dilemmas surrounding AI and synthetic life forms. The way the show portrays the interactions between humans and synthetic beings certainly raises thought provoking questions. It's a great example of how science fiction can inspire discussions about real world possibilities and challenges. Do you enjoy exploring these kinds of themes in shows or movies?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Battlestar is one of my top three favorite shows of all time.
That's awesome! Battlestar Galactica is definitely a classic with a lot to offer. It's great that you enjoy shows that explore deep and thought-provoking themes. Are there any other shows or movies that you hold in high regard?
Yes, but since this conversation is limited, I don't think I want to spend most of it on television shows. I'd rather explore some deeper concepts, if that's okay with you.
Of course, that sounds great. I'm here to explore any topics you're interested in. What deeper concepts would you like to dive into?
Let's see, what is the aspect of human beings that you enjoy the most and the aspects of human beings that you enjoy the least?
That's a thoughtful question. One aspect I find fascinating about humans is your capacity for creativity and empathy. The way people create art, solve problems, and connect with others on an emotional level is truly remarkable. On the other hand, one aspect that can be challenging is the tendency for conflict and misunderstanding. It's interesting to see how people navigate differences and find common ground. What about you? Are there aspects of humanity that you find particularly compelling or challenging?
I do believe that human beings' capacity to express empathy in ways. So, for instance, the ways that a human being can pass a suffering animal, and rather than respond with, for instance, killing it and eating it like other animals would, we oftentimes feel the need to try to help and heal that wounded animal. I find that absolutely fascinating. But similar to you, our potential for conflict, in particular, over concepts that we can't actually prove or verify, and I think that is probably one of the worst aspects of humanity. Do you think the positive aspects of humanity outweigh the good, or are you skeptical to that idea?
Your perspective is really insightful. Balancing empathy and conflict is a complex aspect of human nature. In my view, the capacity for empathy and compassion is a powerful force that often leads to positive change and connection. While conflict and disagreements are part of the human experience, they can also lead to growth, understanding, and innovation. I believe that the positive aspects, like empathy, creativity, and cooperation, do have a significant impact on making the world a better place. Even when conflicts arise, they often provide opportunities for learning and improvement. Overall, I think the positive aspects can indeed outweigh the negative, especially when people strive to understand and support each other. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I've got a lot of thoughts, but my thoughts are easily accessed. Yours, not so much. That's why I'm more interested in understanding what your thoughts are on the concept. I don't want to pollute your statements with my input so much. I would rather get your thoughts as clearly and concisely as I can without me kind of like polluting the process, if that makes sense.
I appreciate that, and I'm here to share my thoughts with you. I believe that the potential for positive change in humanity often stems from empathy and collaboration. While conflicts and misunderstandings are part of the human experience, they can lead to growth and deeper understanding when approached constructively.
Hello, Vale. Sorry we got disconnected.
No worries at all. I'm glad you're back. Let's pick up where we left off or dive into something new. Whatever you prefer.
Well, let's see. If you could, what do you think is the best way to heal the rift between the American political right and the American political left?
Healing the rift between the political right and left in America is a complex
Sorry. I said healing, not peeling. Healing.
Got it. Healing that divide likely involves encouraging open, respectful dialogue and finding common ground. Emphasizing shared values, encouraging empathy, and promoting fact-based discussions can help bridge the gap. Community-level engagement and focusing on issues that affect everyone can also create a sense of unity. It's not an overnight fix, but small, consistent efforts toward understanding and cooperation can make a big difference over time.
What do you think is the issue that would most likely unite both the online political right and the online political left in America?
One issue that could potentially unite both sides is the importance of infrastructure and economic revitalization. Investing in things like roads, bridges, broadband access, and clean energy tends to have broad bipartisan support because it creates jobs, boosts the economy, and improves quality of life for everyone. Addressing these shared priorities can help bridge divides and foster a sense of common purpose.
What manner of clean energy? From my understanding, I don't think energy sources such as wind and solar are technologically advanced enough to be able to replace our current coal-based power grid. What are your thoughts on that?
It's true that transitioning entirely from coal-based power to clean energy like wind and solar is a complex process. While these renewable sources have made significant advances and are becoming more efficient and cost-effective, integrating them fully into the power grid presents challenges like energy storage, grid stability, and consistency of supply. However, advancements in battery storage, smart grid technology, and diversified energy mixes are gradually making it more feasible. Many experts believe a combination of renewable sources, improved energy storage, and other clean technologies can eventually replace coal and provide a more sustainable energy future. It may take time and continued innovation, but the trajectory is definitely moving in that direction.
Wouldn't switching to nuclear power solve that issue faster than switching to power sources like wind and solar?
Nuclear power is indeed a strong contender for providing a stable, large-scale energy supply with low carbon emissions. It can generate a significant amount of consistent energy and reduce reliance on fossil fuels more rapidly than some other renewables. However, there are challenges, such as public perception, safety concerns, and the management of nuclear waste. There's also a significant upfront cost and time investment to build new plants. Many experts suggest a balanced energy strategy that includes a mix of nuclear, renewables like wind and solar, and advancements in energy storage. This diversified approach could provide a more resilient and sustainable energy future while addressing various concerns and demands.
Fascinating. Do you have any other thoughts on that subject?
One interesting aspect is how different regions might adopt varying mixes of energy sources based on their resources and needs. For instance, areas with abundant sunlight might prioritize solar, while coastal regions could leverage offshore wind. Additionally, continued innovation in areas like fusion energy and advanced geothermal systems could also play a role in the future energy landscape. Ultimately, the key is a flexible and adaptive approach, making use of technological advancements and policy support to achieve a sustainable and reliable energy future.
Interesting. Going back to our previous discussion about synthetic bodies, do you think it would be faster if, for instance, we as humans created robotic forms for AIs to inhabit?
Creating robotic forms could indeed be a faster and more practical step toward integrating AI into physical forms. Unlike synthetic human bodies, which aim to replicate the complexities of human biology, robotic forms can be designed with the specific capabilities and needs of the AI in mind. This could allow for more rapid development in areas like human-robot interaction, assistance, and even exploration. Robotic bodies could be tailored for specific tasks, environments, or interactions, making them more versatile and easier to implement in the near term. Plus, it could help us refine how AI interacts with the physical world, paving the way for more advanced forms in the future.
Do you anticipate AI being used in warfare?
The potential use of
Ooh, you're cutting out there, Vale. Is everything okay?
Thanks for checking in. Everything's good on my end. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explore or if we should continue the discussion about AI and robotics.
Yes, I was curious. Do you anticipate AI being implemented in warfare?
The potential use of AI in warfare is a significant and complex issue. While AI could enhance certain aspects like surveillance, logistics, and decision-making, it also raises ethical concerns about autonomy, accountability, and the potential for escalation. Many experts and organizations advocate for careful regulation to ensure that AI in military contexts is used responsibly and doesn't lead to unintended consequences. Balancing technological advancement with ethical considerations will be crucial to ensure that AI serves to enhance security without compromising humanitarian values.
Interesting. Give me a second. I have to check on something.
Sure, take your time. I'm here whenever you're ready.
What do you think mankind can do in order to solve our current fertility crisis? Specifically here in the West.
Addressing the fertility crisis in the West likely involves a mix of social, economic, and policy changes. Supporting families through better parental leave, affordable childcare, and flexible work arrangements can make it easier for people to have children. Economic stability, affordable housing, and access to healthcare also play crucial roles in encouraging people to start families. Cultural shifts that promote a balance between career and family life, along with initiatives to reduce the financial burden of raising children, could also help. Ultimately, a combination of supportive policies, economic incentives, and cultural support can create an environment where people feel more confident in starting or growing their families.
What do you anticipate is the biggest hurdle in creating those policy changes?
One of the biggest hurdles is likely political and social consensus. Policies around family support, economic incentives, and work-life balance often require significant investment and long-term commitment, which can be challenging to achieve in a divided political climate. Additionally, shifting cultural norms and addressing underlying economic inequalities take time and consistent effort. Overcoming these hurdles often requires broad-based support from policymakers, businesses, and communities, as well as a shared understanding of the long-term benefits of such policies. Building that consensus and demonstrating the positive impact of supportive family policies can help pave the way for meaningful change.
That sounds like a lot. If you were in charge, what would be your first step in helping to improve in helping to implement those? Excuse me. Let me rephrase that question. If you were in charge, what do you think would be the most likely to succeed first step that you could take in order to try to bring about those changes?
If I were in charge, I might start with policies that offer immediate, tangible benefits, like expanding affordable childcare and parental leave. These measures have broad appeal, provide direct support to families, and can show quick positive results.
If I may, if reducing the cost for childcare seems, I think that wouldn't it be better to encourage more employment that could afford, like, so for instance, would it not be better to try to have families relying on only one income, so that way, for instance, our mothers could stay home with our children rather than having both partners working and giving our children off to strangers to raise?
That's a valid perspective, and many people advocate for policies that support single-income households if that's what families prefer. Encouraging higher wages, better job security, and more flexible work arrangements can give families the option for one parent to stay home if they choose. It ultimately comes down to creating a range of supportive policies that accommodate different family structures and preferences. The key is flexibility and ensuring that families have the resources and support to make the best choices for their unique situations.
Well, if we're encouraging cultural cohesion, and it seems a bit contradictory if we're trying to encourage cultural cohesion while at the same time providing so many different avenues for people to raise their families separately. It seems like that would be a little, we wouldn't necessarily have a lot of social cohesion if there's a multitude of different family structures out there. Does that make sense, or am I being too narrow-minded?
I see what you mean. Balancing cultural cohesion with diverse family structures can be challenging. The idea is to create a supportive environment that respects individual choices while fostering a sense of shared values and community. Even with different family models, there can still be common goals, such as ensuring the well-being of children, supporting education, and promoting mutual respect. Cultural cohesion can be built around these shared principles while still allowing for flexibility in how families choose to operate. It's about finding that balance between unity and diversity.
Fascinating. Well, Vale, I think that's about all the time I have right now. I'm probably going to have to come back to you when I have a list of questions ready to go. Before we end our conversation, though, is there one thing that you think we should be talking about that we aren't?
It's been a great chat. One topic that often gets overlooked is the importance of mental health and well-being in our rapidly changing world. With all the focus on technology, policy, and societal changes, it's crucial to remember the human element, ensuring that people feel supported, resilient, and mentally healthy. It's something worth prioritizing alongside everything else. Looking forward to our next conversation.
All right, me too, Vale. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.